Sagittarius, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Saggies, in today's reading, I'm going to give you two of the Denise Lynn Oracle cards, going to do your reading and then clarify it. So let us get started. All right, Saggies, so also wanted to let you know that I do have a Facebook group. If you're interested, it's called Tarot with Joanna. So we do lives every Wednesday. All right, so let's get started on your reading, Saggies. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Saggies. Saggies. Two for Saggies. For Sagittarius Spirit. All right, so you have impasse. Reflect and redirect your energy. Wow. Reflect and redirect your energy. So I feel like you really need to just clear your energy, really think positive instead of negative, stop being in the negative. And like, even though, you feel like you're like nothing's happening or being blocked, because you can clearly see in the picture how the road is going, but it's like you can't see what's on the other side, right? Like, oh, I don't want to go through there because what if there's nothing there, stuff like that. Really try to clear your energy, okay? You do have the joy and delight card also. It says open your heart to joy. Really just enjoy life, you guys. Live in the moment, look what's around you. Look at the good times that are coming in, the good times that you had, try to get away from that negativity, okay? Be happy. Be happy. All right, so Saggies, all right, Sagittarius, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is for Saggies. Let's do this. Try not to shake the camera too much. All right, here we go. One card for the current, one for the situation, one for the past or now, one for what's hidden, for the hopes and fears. What you need to do now. What you need to work on. Whoa. And the outcome. What is the outcome for Saggies? Wow. Okay. Good thing. All right. And then you still have the 10 of Wands. You really need to start setting some boundaries. I feel like you have a lot on your shoulders right now. Learn how to say no, you guys. Okay. Really try to learn that. I feel like there's going to be messages coming in, and I feel like you also need to rest. Okay. Try to rest when you can. You've been going through a lot here. All right, so let's see what's going on in your reading. You start off with the Six of Swords. Here, the Six of Swords is talking about, leaving something behind. You're going to better times. You don't want to deal with anything no more. You just want to go towards something better, and you're moving forward. You do have the Six of Pentacles here. I feel like you are really giving a lot of yourself out there. Because you feel very overwhelmed with everything. I also feel like you are wanting the abundance to come in, but we'll see. You have the World card here, Sagittarius, for the past or now. I do believe it's now. You do have a new cycle coming in because it's not only there, but it's here on the end of the, the outcome. So it's coming in. You just got to hang in there, you guys, okay? You have the Three of Swords for what's hidden. The Three of Swords is talking about, emotional pain. You could be very emotional right now in your feelings a lot. Could be going through a healing also. Releasing a lot of emotions. You have the Queen of Swords here for what you need to, for the hopes and fears. I feel like you really need to start speaking your truth, being satisfied with who you are, being your authentic self also. You have the Lovers card here. I feel like there is a decision that you could be wanting to make very soon. Could be about your relationship also. I feel like you need to also communicate more clearly. with whoever it is that you're dealing with. Communicate, have better communication. I feel with the King of Cups here, you need to balance your emotions, like, really, don't take your anger out on or frustrations out on anybody, really try to keep it at balance, okay? I feel like you're in your feelings a lot at times. And then you have the Ace of Wands here for the outcome, which is very nice. The Ace of Wands is talking about um, new beginnings, out with the old, in with the new, being very inspired, starting new projects, having a lot of growth, having a lot of success. So this is very nice, being very inspired about things and everything. Wow. All right, so Sagittarius, let's do this. Let's see what's going on in your reading. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Saggies. All right. The Six of Swords. Why is the Six of Swords here? Wow. All right. So, you do have the Six of Swords here. Six of Swords says that you've left something behind. You're no longer trying to deal with anything. You're going forward. You're leaving the drama, the obstacles, whatever it was, you're leaving it behind. And I feel like you truly are. I feel like it's time for you, though, to give yourself some self-care, to really take care of yourself more, because I feel like, you have a lot within you. It could also be somebody around you could be pregnant also, but you have a lot within you. You have a lot of compassion and love and forgiveness, and I feel like you also need to have that for everything that's going on around you, okay? But really start taking care of yourself, trusting your intuition, and loving yourself more. I also feel with the Ten of Pentacles here, Saggies, that you want that material success, and we all do. We all want that material success, right? And I feel like you're going to establish it. You're very independent. You know what you want, and you will reach that material success. You will have enough, for everything that you need. Oh, that's nice. You have the Six of Pentacles here. And why is the Six of Pentacles here? Wow. All right. So you start off with the Six of Pentacles. I feel like with the Six of Pentacles, at times you could be overly giving yourself, away. Like, maybe you're helping others, or maybe you're helping others too much. Like, you try to help them once, but you continuously give yourself to other people a lot, and they're asking you to really try not to do that all the time. Okay. That, you need to give to yourself, like do things for yourself only, like trying, it's okay to be generous. It's okay to help other people, but it's not okay for people to take advantage of you. Okay. And that's a message for somebody. I feel also too that you could be like, helping somebody out with finances, like a lot, and that they continuously take advantage of that. And I feel like you need to really start speaking your mind about it, because you do have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is here, and she's talking about, she's, whatever's on her mind, she's truthful. And that's you. You need to start being truthful. Don't be afraid to open up. Don't be afraid of anything or anyone. Speak what's on your mind. Because you're very stern like that. You speak your truth. And I feel with the Justice card here also, to speak your truth, because it's here. These two cards, like when she shows up, it's like, I'm going to tell you some kind of truth that you're not going to like, and this is you, and it could be anything of anything. It could be like, maybe they're spending so much money, or maybe you're giving too much of yourself and they're taking advantage of it. Well, it's time to speak your truth. Okay. It's time to speak your truth about the situation. It's time to speak what's on your mind. Okay. Is what they're saying. Wow. You do have the World card here for the past or now. I do believe it's now. There is a fresh start here. There is a new cycle coming in, because you also have the Ace of Wands. So be ready. So all this, you're going through a lot of turbulence. There's a lot of changes that you've been going through. but you're moving forward, and it's part of the healing process that you're going through. Okay, but really, really try to shift your energy. Try to go within, because I do feel like it's just like there, like it's not moving anywhere. It's like it's just like there. Because you feel very overwhelmed with everything that's going on. You do have the Three of Swords, and why is the Three of Swords here for Saggies? One more card. Wow. So, you do have the High Priestess and the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like you're gonna be moving forward from all this. You are gonna be definitely have a lot of emotions going on, and we all do, because we're going through this healing. Where everyone is going through healing, through transformations, through changes. It's there. Everybody's going through it. But I feel like you need to have patience for everything, because you do have the Knight of Pentacles here. The Knight of Pentacles is talking about, patience, just letting everything happen. You may be feeling a lot, but it's because you're trying to release a lot also. You're seeing things differently, and you're not seeing them the same anymore. So that's why you are going through all this. Just really have patience for everything that's going on, okay? And then they're asking you to really use your intuition, to trust yourself, to believe in yourself, to trust your intuition. Use that gut feeling when it comes to doing decisions, because right now you're like I said, you're like there. It's not flowing this way, it's not flowing this way, it's just there. And you really need to try to clear that energy, okay? And that's like getting away from the tablets and walking outside, getting some fresh air, exercising, yoga, whatever it is, just do your best to try to open up so that you can trust your intuition. You have the Queen of Swords down here. And why is the Queen of Swords here for the hopes and fears? One more card. Wow. So, be true to yourself, okay? Really be true to yourself. With the Queen of Swords here, like I said, don't be afraid to be yourself. Speak your mind about the truth. Communicate better about the things. Take care of you is what I'm really saying. Take care of yourself more. Give yourself some nurturing, some self-care. Because you deserve it. You've been through so much. It's time. Okay, they want you to rest. Start resting, start taking it easy, re-energize yourself, whatever it is, because you're going through a huge healing, like I said, because you have the Three of Swords and you have the Six of Cups here. You've been walking away through things, you've been changing, going through a lot of things, and it's time to rest, time to give yourself that self-care that you need. Also feel like I feel like could be somebody coming back also into your life. Now, I don't know exactly what it is or the situation, but I just feel like there could be somebody wanting to come back. They're thinking about you to come back. Also feel like you're being very nostalgic, thinking about the past also. But really try your best to take rest, okay? You do have the Lovers card here. The Lovers is for what you need to do now. So let's see what's going on. Why is the Lovers here for Saggies? One more card. Wow. All right. So, I'm getting, okay. So really, I feel like there could be some kind of decision that you're contemplating. There could also be, I feel like you're trying to make for somebody out there is trying to make a decision on their relationship, and I feel like I'm just gonna put this out there because I don't know how other else way to put it out there, but I feel like you are making a decision on somebody is making a decision on their relationship. They've been working very hard at it. I feel like you need to communicate better, like get your point across better, communicate better, express yourself more clearly. Also, and I feel like you need to follow your heart. To open up your heart and follow it. Have that compassion and forgiveness for whatever it is that you're trying to have that decision on. Okay, So that's the advice on that. But for everybody else, I feel like you need to really trust the process on everything that's going on in your life. There is a decision that you're contemplating also here. And I feel like you've been working very hard to reach that success that you want. You know, you are continuously working very hard, you know, but you still need to open your heart because it's here, you know. Really open your heart and follow your heart. You know, have that compassion and forgiveness for whatever it is or whatever it's been going on in your life. You know, that's what they're saying. So really take that into heart, okay? Because it's really vital that you do that. Have compassion and forgiveness. Wow. And then you have the King of Cups here. And why is the King of Cups here? One more card. Wow, look at that. That's nice. All right, so really keep your emotions balanced, you guys, okay? Because, you know, people come to you, they flock to you, you listen to them, you know, you give them good advice, everything, you know. But really, when you get angry or anything, don't take it out on anybody. Try to keep your emotions balanced, okay? Try to work on that. You do have the Ace of Pentacles here, so I believe there's financial opportunities around you. I feel like you need to use your finances wisely also. I do feel like there is this new cycle coming in very quickly, so be ready. You are on the right path and there is abundance trying to come in for you, so it's nice. You have the Fool card here also, and this is the new path also, along with this Ace of Wands that's down here. But they're asking you to take a chance on things, you know, be spontaneous and do something different, which is very nice. You know, use this new path to do something different and create what you want. Nice. Thank you, Spirit. And then you have the Ace of Wands. And why is the Ace of Wands here for the outcome? All right. So, you know, it's been very hard for you, Saggies. It's been very hard for you. You know, you've been carrying the load for a lot, you know, been trying to do this, you're trying to do that. You know, you see her, she's carrying the stick, she's carrying the cat, you know, she's trying to carry everything, you know, and, you know, it's a lot for her, you know, and then she's going up on the hill, you know, and she's like, oh my gosh, you're not going to carry everything. Really try your best to let that go, okay? Try to set boundaries, even if it's hard for you, okay? Even if it hurts you, even if it hurts the other person or whatever, start setting boundaries because you do have the Three of Swords again. And that's like, you know, really being really in your feelings, you know. But you got to think about yourself too. You got to think about, you know, that you do a lot also. And it's time for you to change things, okay? Because, you know, you're not a robot. You know, you feel things too, just like everybody else does. And you can't be doing everything for everybody all at once, okay? All the time. So really know that. But I do feel like there is a new path here, new beginning. I feel like you're going to have a lot of ideas. New start is coming through, you know, but you're just very overwhelmed with a lot. And you carry a lot on your shoulders right now. And in order for things to change, this needs to change. Your energy needs to change. You need to change things. You need to start setting boundaries. Okay? Wow. All right, so Saggies, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. God bless.